Alright, here's the cassette rack video. I had ordered this microscope in hopes that it would enlarge the picture and let us see specific details, but there was little lights on the lens right here and it made it all blurry. Long story short, it wasn't going to work. Anyway, let's get right into this rack here. So at the top, let's zoom in. We see we have Luke Skywalker and the 2 Live Crew. This is their first album. This is 2 Live Is What We Are. And then their second album, Move Something. They look very similar, but they're different. Then we have the Band in the USA albums here. And one's the clean version and one is the dirty version. And I did have As Nasty As They Wanna Be. Actually, I had As Clean As They Wanna Be. My cousin had it As Nasty As They Wanna Be. But I had it on record. And the record's not pictured. It was in my TV room where the record player was. But the reason why you'll see I have 2 versions. It's the clean, it's the dirty for Band in the USA. And then these 2 here, this is Sports Weekend Clean, Sports Weekend Dirty. And you'd get both because there'd be different songs on both versions. And also, you know, if you wanted to play it out loud, people weren't okay with bad words back in the early 90s. We're coming like right out of the 80s. Society was still proper and not degenerate yet. So clean version for when you play it out loud, the dirty version for when you play it in your headphones. Anyway, right here, this one here, I know these are hard to see and there's like a blurry picture, but this is as good as it gets. So this one here is 2 Live in concert. This one is the Pop the Coochie maxi single. And I was really excited to get this maxi single. I think there was something special on this too that may or may not have wound up on Sports Weekend. But yeah, obviously it was Pop That Pussy, and the other, the clean version, Pop That Coochie. All right, this one is Luke. I Got Shit on My Mind. It was Luke's first actual solo album. And what's interesting about that album is it has the track Fakin' Like Gangsters, which was a diss to NWA. And then there was a sequel in the future, which didn't happen yet, called Cowards in Compton or Get Sprayed and Dade. And I think that was on the Luke in the Nude album. All right, next you have, believe it or not, Professor Griff, Pawns in the Game. That's the Professor Griff album. I think he had 2 albums with Luke. And there's a funny story behind it too. Chuck D worked it out to kind of give Griff some work while PE kind of kicked him out. But anyway, Tony MF Rock. Forgot what he's saying. He didn't do the Smurf. She Put Me in a Trance, by the way. Yeah, so this is She Put Me in a Trance, Tony MF Rock. You got, by the way, Gigolo Tony. I don't know if Gigolo Tony sang Smurf Rock. That song was a big deal back then. But I think I got that cassette later on, or maybe it's on the second rack. All right, this is MC Twist. I can't remember the name of the album, but you could obviously see it's MC Twist. Then we have LaJuan Love and DJ Man. This is on Luke Records. LaJuan Love was known for Everybody Say Yeah. It was like a remake of the Stevie Wonder song. He was a kid rapper. All right, then you got Anquete Respect. The Anquete, I think, did throw the P. She did 2 responses. So Get It Boy. So 2 Live Crew had Get It Girl. She did Get It Boy. 2 Live Crew had Throw the D, and she had Throw the P. But there was also a song on it called Janet Reno, and then there was also like a R&B song on it that was actually like the most famous song of. Well, no, I guess Get It Boy would be, but there was some singles on this thing, is what I'm saying. All right, after that we got Miami Bass Waves. I think that was like a Luke. This was like a mixtape, bass tracks, and then this green one, is Luke Skywalker's Bass Waves. So I don't even remember how this all worked out, but you had Miami Bass Waves and Luke Skywalker's Bass Waves. And the point of having these was to learn the names of some songs that you'd hear on Power 96 all the time, and actually have not a radio quality but a cassette quality version. All right, next up we have some LL Cool J albums. The first one is it Radio? Yeah, Radio, Bigger and Deffer, also aka Bad, Walking with a Panther. This is Mama Said Knock You Out, not 14 Shots. This is Mama Said Knock You Out. I have a picture that has 14 shots to the dome. So Those are the LL Cool J. So that's the first column there. You could see that I categorized this whole first section here, Luke Skywalker Records, except for these LL Cool J albums. And then I think the reason I put those LL Cool J's down there is because it was 4 slots and I couldn't fit like all these strictly Miami based cassettes here. So you can see here we have DJ Magic Mike and the Royal Posse. DJ Magic Mike Bass is the name of the game. DJ Magic Mike Vicious Bass, and then DJ Magic Mike and MC Madness. Ain't no doubt about it. I still love this cover, and I loved how it felt like he had more like a real professional album designer than the previous. All right, and we got Bass Patrol, Kings of Bass, DJ Fury. DJ Fury was from Bass Patrol. I guess he had, this is Bassman, and he was like a superhero on the front. This is Techmaster PEB Bass Computer. Ultimate Bass Tracks. This Ultimate Bass Tracks had like a lot of beats that we used to use, like a lot of bass instrumentals, and we used them to rap on back in the day. All right, now what do we have? We got MC Hammer. This is Let's Get It Started. This one here, I would assume it's blurry, but I would assume this one is MC Hammer, Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him, although I think I had that on CD as well. So I wonder what this actually is. I'm assuming it's Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him, because right here you have Too Legit to Quit, and that was his third album. The Funky Headhunter hadn't come out yet. All right, now we have, I know this is real hard to see, but this is Gucci Crew 2. The first Gucci Crew album, the second Gucci Crew album, which was What Time Is It, Gucci Time, and then the third Gucci Crew 2 album. Can't remember the name of it. Now the fourth album I had on CD, and I don't think the CD rack is in this picture. Oh yeah, okay. So in this blurry CD rack here, see, here's Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him. Somewhere in here is the Gucci Crew 2 G4 album. All right, Sir Mix-a-Lot Swass, that's the one with Posse on Broadway. Sir Mix-a-Lot Seminar. I don't remember what the lead single was on Seminar. This is like when Sir Mix-a-Lot fell off with that second album and then came back with the Chief Bootnaka with Baby Got Back and became like a worldwide superstar. All right, now what do we got? This is this blue one here. This is the Boys from the Bottom. That's also Miami bass. And then we have the M-Forcers, I Am a Star. I think there also was a reply called I'm Not a Star. We got Kid and Play Funhouse, Kid and Play 2 Hype. I'm surprised I had Funhouse on top of 2 Hype, because 2 Hype came before Funhouse, and all these other cassettes we see, they're all chronologically like in the rack. It's not like they're just arbitrarily there. I was real meticulous, and I'd rearrange my rack all the time. There's a few things I'm seeing here that I'm like, why did I do that? And I think I just did them out of like running out of space. All right, so this second column here is primarily Miami bass and dance music, like MC Hammer's dance, obviously Gucci Crew. These are all bass groups. Hammer, Gucci Crew. Sir Mix-a-Lot was kind of like a dance group in a way. I mean, Baby Got Back, Boys on the Bottom, and all that, Kid and Play. All right, now we're in the third column. Let's see if there's any format to the third column. We got Run DMC Back from Hell, which is like the strangest Run DMC album. Special Ed Legal, Crisscross, Totally Crossed Out, Another Bad Creation, Cooling at the Playground, The Youngsters, Something for the Youngsters. So that's the first The Youngsters album. Now, I'm not sure what I was doing here, because Special Ed was kind of like a kid rapper. Crisscross was, Another Bad Creation was, The Youngsters was. And then we have Chris Rock, Born Suspect. This is before Chris Rock was like a big deal. Like he hadn't done his big stuff yet. This is almost like underground. Public Enemy, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. Public Enemy, it was like 1991, The Enemy Strikes Black. Now, I had Fear of Black Planet. I suspect it's on the rack here somewhere. All right, what else? This is Mad Cobra. I don't remember the name of the Mad Cobra album unless it was called Flex. Actually, it was Hard to Wet, Easy to Dry was the name of the album. All right, then I had Shabba Ranks As Raw As Ever, Shabba Ranks Extra Naked, and Shabba Ranks Rough and Ready. Rough and Ready Volume 1. Super Cat Don Dada. Snow. This is Snow from Informer. So you can see this is all reggae right here. Bunch of reggae. Now this blue cassette. All right, this blue one here. This is Heavy D and the Boys Blue Funk. So I love this Heavy D album. All right, here we got D Nice. Call Me D Nice. D Nice to the Rescue. Oh, by the way, if all this is blurry, it's not the YouTube. It's this picture's blurry because I mean, this is what it looked like, and this is what it is zoomed in. All right, here is Young and Restless, something to get you hyped. If you're not from South Florida, you might be wondering who the heck are these guys. They're the ones that sang B stands for Bronco, Benz, BMW, bass, B girls. All right, below that, I would suspect this is Success in Effect, Back in Effect. And then this here is the Fila Fresh Crew, the toughest man alive. And the Fila Fresh Crew was the DOC's group. You know, the DOC from NWA and from Death Row. So that's that this third column. I'm not sure. I mean, it's reggae. But anyway, look at this fourth column here. This is all West Coast. West Side in your mind. All right, so we got AMG, Bitch Better Have My Money, High C, Scanless, Penthouse Players Click, I don't remember the name of the album, Paid the Cost, it was called Paid the Cost, DJ Quick, Quick is the name, DJ Quick, was it Way Too Funky, Easy E, Easier Said Than Done, this is the actual Easy E tape. Them Easy E Home 5150 Home for the Sick, and there's notice the Easy E 187 album did not exist yet, because if it did I would have had it. MC Ren, You Could Kiss My Black Ass, Dr. Dre, The Chronic, NWA Effel for Zaggin, NWA 100 Miles and Running. I don't know where the Straight Outta Compton cassette is. How? Where's Straight? I bet you Straight Outta Compton's probably on CD, because I think the CD had a bonus track. So I don't know. That's got to be why it's not on here. Like how? Where is my NWA cassette? Oh, you know what? Maybe I was gonna say maybe my cousin had it. He did have it. He is the one that bought it first. I got Eazy-E and he got NWA. But I remember having it. Maybe I borrowed it from him. Maybe I had a recording. I don't know. All right, so we did the NWAs. Here's the DOC. No One Can Do It Better. This is CPO. CPO was part of like the whole Ruthless Posse. He's in some of the NWA videos, some of the Eazy-E videos, some of the MC Ren videos. And the name of the album, what was it? CPO To Hell in Black. All right, this next one, I don't even know how, I must have bought this on those dollar cassette, like clearance racks. This yellow tape here is Rodney O and Joe Cooley, Get Ready to Roll. Okay, and then this purple and black one here is Rodney O and Joe Cooley, 3 the Hard Way. But the only one that I really bought was this Rodney O and Joe, paying full price, was this Rodney O, Joe Cooley, Fuck New York album. And I got it just because, well, no, I didn't even, I saw the music video for But Y'all Don't Hear Me Though on the box. And I went to the store and the name of the album was Fuck New York. And I'm like, why would they say such a thing? Like, what did New York do to them? But it was a response to Tim Dog. All right, now we got Awesome Dre and the Hardcore or something. And the name of the album is You Can't Hold Me Back. And I got it because I thought Awesome Dre was like Dr. Dre, but it wasn't. It was Awesome Dre. But you got to cut me some slack. I was young. All right, this tape right here is Ice-T. I think it's Original Gangster. Yeah, Ice-T Original Gangster. All right, then I got somebody that's not from the West Coast, and it's MC Search, and it's the MC Search solo album. I don't remember the name of it. And then this tape here, this is DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince Home Base. So these two should have been on a different rack. But I guess I didn't have any more West Coast albums. Oh, actually, no, I did. Starting on this next row here, so we're already on the 5th row. This is the Lynch Mob, Gorillas in the Mist, the Trespass soundtrack. Wow, I can't believe I bought the Trespass soundtrack. Dang. I think it was really highly promoted. I think I was like in Columbia House or BMG, and they kept pushing this Trespass album. This is the Juice soundtrack from the movie Juice, starring Tupac. This is Naughty by Nature. I think their first album didn't have a name. I think it was just called Naughty by Nature. All right, then I got Spice One. I don't know why Spice One wasn't on my West Coast rack, but maybe I wanted these. Like maybe I was looking at them like this. But then again, Naughty by Nature being there, I don't know. All right, Spice One. I think the Spice One album was just called Spice One. I used to call it the Welcome to the Ghetto album, but I think it was just Spice One. All right, here we have Fu-Schnickens, F You Don't Take It Personal. I remember on some of our top 10 lists, we used to list Chip Fu as the best rapper out, which is kind of wild. He's not even remembered by today's standards. Redman, What the Album. Cypress Hill, self-titled. We used to call this album Something for the Blunted, but it's really just self-titled, Cypress Hill. And you'll notice I don't think Black Sunday existed yet. Maybe it did. All right, this next one here is Black Sheep, A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. Then we have EPMD, Unfinished Business. EPMD, Business as Usual. EPMD, Business is Business, or Business Never Personal. Yeah, Business Never Personal. Now, I'm wondering why I didn't have Redman. I don't think the Def Squad existed yet. So they're at least in the same column, but they should have been closer. All right, now after that, this is Nice and Smooth, Ain't a Damn Thing Changed. Nice and Smooth is funky, also hip hop junkies. And then we have Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Mecca and the Soul Brother. And then this is Positive K, The Skills That Pay the Bills. All these I can't see, and I have no idea. Like, it's so blurry, I can't even imagine what that is. But let's see what we have in this other rack here. Okay, I can't really... All right, we got Steezo. This must have been a dollar rack tape. Just Ice. Another Just Ice album. No idea what this one is. All right, now here. Oh, I think this is Male versus Female. This was like one of the first tapes I got. Male versus Female, Battle of the Sexes. I forgot all about that one. And then we got Kumo D, How You Like Me Now, Kumo D, Knowledge is Power. And then this one is the Party Posse. Okay, now the Party Posse, it's like, all right, what are you doing with an album called the Party Posse? Well, in the future, one of the guys in the group was Al Scratch from Ill Al Scratch. They had a couple songs that might be famous. One was called CCC and another was Steppin' in Doodoo. But overall, the album was pretty lame. We bought it just because it was the Party Posse. We're like, hey, it's the Party Posse. It's got to be good. I have no idea what this one is. Chill Rob G. He's the one that came out with a different version of I've Got the Power. Not the famous one that everybody knows, but it was like a different version. All right, I think this is the Arabian Prince album. Wow. And Young MC, the Busta Move album. And then Salt and Pepper, Assault with a Deadly Pepper. Salt and Pepper, I guess that's Black's Magic. The Real Roxanne? No, that can't be. I don't remember having that. I can't tell what that is. I know, but it might. I think it is. This has got to be a girl group because Salt and Pepper, The Real Roxanne. I don't know. This one here, though, I remember this cassette. This is Oaktown 357. That was a group with MC Hammer. They had their famous song was Yeah, 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 oh yeah. JJ Fad, Supersonic, JJ Fad, Not Just a Fad, The Trim, The Cars That Go Boom, and then they had another album, and I think I might have had 2 copies of it for some reason. I don't know why why I would even have any The Trim, although I guess The Cars That Go Boom had bass, so it was kind of part of Miami bass culture. I think that's why I had it. I had JJ Fad because it was part of Ruthless Records, and I was trying to like collect every single Ruthless record album. In fact, some of these like invisible are probably like Ruthless albums, like Kwame the Boy Genius, Fat Boys, Crushing, Fat Boys. I think this is Coming Back Hard Again, and then the Fat Boys Greatest Hits, All Meat No Filler. Hard Rap, it's like a compilation album. I think this one here is Rex in Effect. I don't know. I don't know what that one is. What else we got? We got some mixtapes here. These all look like mixtapes. It'd be really interesting to see what's on these. I think this VHS tape here says Back to the Future, but I think there was other stuff on it and it wasn't Back to the Future. I don't remember ever watching Back to the Future. I think it was like I think I used to record like In Living Color or something on it. Actually, I don't even know if In Living Color came out yet. All right, this album here I think is the Coogee Rap and DJ Polo album. I think this is Too Short. Life is Too Short. Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. The rest of these I can't really make out what they are. And then we got some tapes up here. That looks like Half Pint, Watch Me Grow. I don't know why that's not on the rack. I used to love that album. This is the West Coast All-Stars. We're all in the same gang single. I know this pink one here is Beatmaster Clay D, Pull It All the Way Down. Or maybe it's Poison Clan. And this one is Rex in Effect, Rump Shaker. And, oh, look at this. Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted. I think my cousin gave that to me. So I don't think I bought it. And I think that one below it is Kumo D, Funky Funky Wisdom. I don't know why it's not with the other ones. I didn't see DOS Effects yet. All right, now let's see if we can see anything more clear on this. Now, some of these tapes are different. Like this angle, is this the, yeah, maybe this is the same one. By the way, here's like my baseball cards and my friends, like at our baseball field, they used to make baseball cards of us. So these are my neighbors and me. There's a Dan Marino sign thing. All right, anything different? Or is this the same thing? If we see LL Cool J now, okay, so this is a different setup here. Now, this whole first column, now it's all the Luke albums, all the Two Live Crew albums, but then I made it all Miami based. So you see Gucci Crew 2 and then the boys from the bottom. So let's see what changed here. So we still got all the Magic Mike albums. We got all that. Got the reggae albums. I guess I moved the Fushnikins down below the reggae because they're from Trinidad. So I guess Trinidad and Jamaica are islands. We got the 3 MC Hammer albums. Okay, and then Run DMC, Public Enemy, LL Cool J got moved here. All right, so there's 14 Shots to the Dome by LL Cool J. So this picture's a little bit more into the future than the other. Some EPMDs, some Cypress Hill, Redman, blah, 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 blah. All right, we've seen all of this. Pete Rock and CL Smooth is a little bit easier to see. What's in the fourth rack? Let's see if we have all West Coast this time. Oh, there we have it, fellas. There we have it. I've been talking about this for years on this channel. Dog Pound Posse, Dog East Style, the biggest bullshit fake album I've ever seen. I bought this thinking that this was Snoop. This came out right when Snoop Doggy Style, and we knew that Snoop's crew was called the Dog Pound. I bought this thinking that it was Snoop and the Dog Pound. Even though I didn't see Snoop on the cover, I thought he shaved his head, the guy on the right. And this is the whole album trying to say like, well, where's Snoop, where's Daz, where's Corrupt? And it wasn't, and I got tricked. Yeah, so it looks like I got it rearranged, so it's all West Coast. Radio Joe Cooley, Spice One, so you can see Spice One got moved here, the Lynch Mob. So this whole fourth column is all West Coast, and now the fifth column is probably just all the miscellaneous. So we have those movie soundtracks. Oh, there's DOS Effects. You can definitely see that's DOS Effects. What's that one? I don't know, but. All right, so we got another one identified. This looks like the Far Side, this purple one, the Far Side, Bizarre Ride to the Far Side. Yeah, all right, so now let's see if these CDs are any more. So this red one I think is Too Short, Shorty the Pimp. The rest of these are too hard to see. I can't even remember what these are. This purple one I think is too short. Get in where you fit in. This blue one. Let's see if any other cassettes in these or some that we could identify we couldn't see last time. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, there's Arabian Prince. I know the Genius. Yeah, all right, so the Genius. This guy ended up becoming the Jizza from Wu-Tang Clan, but Wu-Tang didn't exist yet. I just had the Genius. And I think I have Prince Raheem, who became the RZA. I think I had his album here. This one says Boom. These are the Sir Mix-a-Lots. Wait, if Sir Mix-a-Lot's here, then I wonder what took his spot. Sharab G. Man, it's too bad I can't see all of these. See if these CDs are any more visible. Nope. All right, let's see some of these other shots. These are like all like some. I sent it to some friends. They tried to clean up the pictures, but if the source material is no good, the rest of it's going to be no good. Oh, I wonder what's on the ground here. I think these are like little speakers that you plug into a Walkman. Look at that, a little calculator. You definitely see the Arabian Prince there. But all right, well, there you have it. That's the cassette rack. You know, this was a photograph. It wasn't even a 4x6. It was like a 3x5 photo taken for insurance purposes. Like I found this in there was like an old book and it had insurance photos of my house from the 80s and 90s. And I just came across this and I was like, oh man, I wonder what cassettes I had back then. Actually, this picture here looks almost visible. But anyway, so I hope some of this was brought a little bit of nostalgia to your mind and just to see what I had back then. And the main thing to realize that'll play with your mind and say like, wow, is this is a time all these cassettes existed. And I was collecting these over years from 86 to 92, but at this stage, as I said in the other video, Nas didn't exist. Snoop basically the Chronic came out, but he wasn't a superstar yet. Wu-Tang Clan didn't exist. I said Nas didn't exist, and Notorious B.I.G. didn't exist. Tupac had one album, and I mean basically, Brenda's Got a Baby, When My Homie Calls, and They Got Me Trapped. That's it. Like Tupac wasn't. I mean, he was in the movie Juice, but it was more like, hey, is that Tupac, the dude that was on the same song with Digital Underground? Oh, I bet you Digital Underground are some of these cassettes I can't see because I had all the Digital Underground albums. So one of these must be Sex Packets. One of them's got to be the Dolio Flow album. I forget the name. The Sons of the P. So there's got to be some Digital Underground albums in here somewhere. There's the DOS Effects. Yeah, there's definitely some Digital Underground somewhere in here. But yeah. So yeah, there was a time before all the people we think about, the people that we see on the top. Oh, you know what else is not? I haven't seen. I know I had Eric B and Rakim Follow the Leader album. I also had Eric B and Rakim, the one that had Microphone Fiend. So where is that? Maybe that's this tape. I definitely had Eric B and Rakim. Can't remember the name of the album, but it was the one that had Microphone Fiend. I was a fiend. I was a teen before I became a fiend. There's a couple other tapes that I'm not seeing here that I know I had. I'm trying to remember some of the names, but yeah. So there was a time before Jay-Z. Oh, you know what? Jay-Z. I know I had the Jazz album. That's Jazzo, the dude that he rolls with. One of these tapes here is Jazz. Word to the Jazz. So yeah. So just think, there was a time before all the people we know, other than Pac and Rakim. But yeah, man, it was wild. Before the era before 93. And I hope you guys could see that the collection wasn't all gangster rap, and that white boys in the suburbs weren't just in it for the ghetto and gangster rap. We had other shit. So if you guys made it this far, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this tape rack, this blast from the past. This is like an artifact relic of history. But anyway, so once again, let me wrap it up. I'm John Lippy on behalf of Cecil West, Matt Weaver. You've been watching Beyond the Harmony. Hope you guys have a wonderful new year, and I'll see you on the next one.
Beyond the harmony for the fans we sell. the